And what an intense series, what an intense first series. Can the second series hold up as we are getting into some Latin America versus North America finally? This is what this tournament is all about. And we are loading in on Jagannatha ALE, and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the Brazilian Zerg player. He is red, representing the CranKy Ducklings. It is Erik. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Jagannatha ALE, we have the North American Terran. He is teal, representing Storm Gaming, just taking down Pili Pili himself. It is Skyler. Oh my god. I'm torn. I'm very torn here, as Erik does go for the hatch first opening. And I'm torn because obviously Erik, he's my boy, right? He is a duckling himself. But at the same time, like Skyler, we don't have a North American roster, and Skyler, he's always been supportive of the channel. He shows up in the chat as well. He's always happy to be casted by the CranKy Ducklings. He's very supportive of us. I want both of them to do well, but only one can move on here. And at the same time, Skyler has a big ask ahead of him. Erik is a very strong Zerg player, arguably one of the favorites in this entire tournament. I would say he's probably the strongest Zerg player in the tournament at least. So I'm curious to see what Skyler has in store for us. We saw some very unique and amazing builds in the first series in TVP, but that's TVP. We need something else completely different here against Zerg. Like, what are we going to see here? Are we going to see like a 2-on-1? Are we going to see like a Hellbat all-in? So far, everything is looking pretty standard by Skyler. Again, he has very good micro, as we've all seen. We saw how hot he was with his medevac micro. Ooh, as he opens up with the 2 racks. My god. Okay. I see you. I see you. He did open up with a Reaper, so he is sending his Reaper across the map to try and get an eye on things. Meanwhile, oh my god, he actually runs into some Lings. As these Lings will be dealt with. Unfortunately, Erik was trying to sneak them out, and yep, both Lings do go down. Meanwhile, Erik does get his third up and running. The Lings were able to just successfully distract that Reaper. So everything, again, is pretty standard on the side of our Zerg player here. Meanwhile, Skyler, anything but standard. With that fast second rack's gonna be going, oh my god. I was anticipating maybe just a fast 2-on-1 variant, but no, he's getting a third racks on top of this as well. A lot of Marines are gonna be pumping out. It's gonna be a very dedicated push from Skyler. Are we gonna see an armory with this as well? Like, he's gonna have all these Raxes to reduce Marines. He's switching the factory to go on top of the reactor, so he's gonna have Hellions as well. So I wouldn't be opposed to like a big Marine Hellbat all-in, like with Stim. It could be very strong. Meanwhile, what I worry for Skyler is that Erik, for those wondering, Erik has a unique way of approaching this matchup. Very rarely does he go Ling Bane, like Ling Bane Muta. More often than not, he goes Roaches, and I feel like Roaches would have a pretty good time against Hellbats if it was a Hellbat all-in. We'll see how this goes, as there it is, there is that Roach Warren. This is the signature style of Erik. You could argue that mass Marines can deal with like a small amount of Roaches. That is true. Again, a lot of this is going to come down to Erik scouting and realizing the situation he's in and how serious he needs to take this. As Erik, for the time being, he's just droning up, you know, everything is looking normal. He still hasn't gone into the main base. One of the criticisms I have for Erik is that he doesn't have pneumatized carapace, which is Overlord speed. Without Overlord speed, he can't really go in and scout much at all. He's trying now, but there are Marines in place. Like, he is not going to be able to scout the main base. Lings are trying to flood into the natural. There are only 3 Marines here. Oh my god, and they immediately get surrounded. All these Marines are going to go down, and next is the mineral line. Meanwhile, the Marines did a good job at... Oh my god, they're actually distracted. 3 SCVs go down, and the Overlord gets into the main. Oh my god. Beautiful play by Erik. I didn't think it was possible. I was like, there's no way Erik is going to get a scout. The Marines were in position, but they were pulled out of position by those Lings. Erik gets in. He sees all 3 Raxes producing. He knows that he can't drone up too much, and that's what I'm concerned about because he made a wave of drones. He should know better. I'm a little bit concerned. There's that armory that I was alluding to earlier with that Hellbat Marine push. And hopefully Erik realizes the situation he's in. To be fair, Erik hasn't seen the armory. If he did, it would be a massive tell. He did see all 3 Raxes though, and I feel like that is a little bit off, and that should be tipping him off to this to produce more units. We do have more roaches on the way, but there's no Baneling Nest. It's just pure roachling. If there's enough army supply, then sure, Erik can hold, but he needs to realize like what's coming his way. Oh my god, here we go. Skyler is going to be sending it across the map. That's a lot of units, mate. 10 Hellions, about to be 10 Hellbats with 23 Marines. Stim is done. Combat shields on the way. It's not going to be done for this attack, but this has gone unscattered. Finally, Erik sees this on creep, and Erik, he actually just made a couple more drones. Oh my god, this is a massive Terran army here. Erik is going to be doing his best to try and stutter step back as best he can. He's trying to produce whatever he can as well. Oh my god, all the Lings, they immediately get annihilated here. And Erik, oh my god, he loses the Queens as well. Skyler, he's just stutter stepping forward on top of this 3rd base. Everything at the 3rd is going to go down. All these Hellbats are going to get taken out by these Roaches. Again, Roaches do so well against those Hellbats, but the Marines, can they take down the hatchery? That is my question, as there's nothing to heal these Marines. Every single Stim is hurting him so much more. As the Hellbats do drop into the natural base, but they are also going to be cleaned up. There are no more Queens remaining, by the way, as all the Queens were trying to defend and got taken out. So Erik, he holds on to his 3rd hatchery. He lost all his Queens and he lost all his workers. He could try and go for a counterattack, and that's exactly what he's doing. What is there to defend at home? There's one tank, but it's not behind the wall. That tank is so exposed. Oh my god, Skyler, he sees the army coming his way. He needs to set up defensively at home. Pick up the tank, puppy, pick it up. Don't fight out here. Don't do it. Oh my god, he does end up going for the fight. Meanwhile, the Roaches are getting on top of the tank. They do not focus it down though, not yet. So this is still a pretty decent fight for Skyler, but the tank goes down. And now the Roaches, they just keep going. Thankfully, there is a tank here at the natural base. With this, Skyler will hold at his natural. But you know what? Behind this, Erik was droning up. He was just making nothing but drones, replenishing those Queens that he lost earlier. 1-1 is on the way. What's important is that Skyler was looking to end the game with his first push, and he didn't. He did a lot of damage, which is great and all, but it wasn't the game-ending damage that he was looking for. So Erik, the longer this goes on, the better it is for Erik. Thankfully, Skyler has a lot to work with, so he can keep the pressure up, and if he keeps the economy of Erik low enough, then Skyler is still in this game. Here we go. The drop has landed. Skyler looking to hit this natural base, could even take down the Roach Warren if he wanted to. We'll see what he decides to focus on. Meanwhile, Roach Ravager is at the 3rd base. He does try and focus on the Roach Warren. Can he get it? The Biles are landing, and they do connect with one of the medevacs, but the Roach Warren still goes down. And that is huge because I believe Skyler saw it. The Roach Warren was researching. You could argue that that's just Glaive Reconstitution, but Glaive Reconstitution is already done as Erik is going for Burrow and Tunneling Claws. Skyler can piece together that that was Tunneling Claws on the way, so he can bear that in mind, can get ready for it. Oh my god. As we have another all-in. Let's go. The boys are being pulled. And Skyler is just sending it across the map, mate. Oh my god, but Erik, he's here to meet him with his Lings and his Roaches. Oh my god, the Biles are landing and they're connecting. A tank immediately goes down. All the SCVs have gone down as well. Skyler, he's trying to break through. He does avoid these battles for once, but he's really just bleeding out here. And there is not enough for Skyler to really take on this army. The micro is cute. Very cute tank micro, but it's I mean, that's all it is, mate. Oh my god, oh, it's so intense. Can he do it? Can he keep it alive? The answer is no. Well played gets called as Erik takes game 1. GG. Hold on, I have to reply again. I'm just messaging Skyler. That tank micro. Oh my god. As we're getting set up for game 2. And it is going to be on Lightshade. And we'll see if Skyler can bring it back here. Again, that first push from Skyler did so much damage, but he was all in. He needed to do more than kill everything at the third. He needed to kill the third itself, like the hatchery itself, and maybe dealt even more damage at the natural. But in the end, he was cleaned up. He was slowed down. And now we are getting into game 2 and spawning in at the bottom right-hand corner of Lightshade LE. We have the Brazilian Zerg player. He is red, representing the CranKy Ducklings. It is Erik. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Lightshade LE, we have the American Terran player. He is teal, representing Storm Gaming. Just took down Pili Pili. Can he do the same here against Erik? It is Skyler. We shall see. As, oh my god, Skyler opening up much more aggressively than in game number 1. And this makes a lot of sense. We are on Lightshade. Lightshade has one of the, oh my god, it's a 3 racks. 3 racks, no gas, mass marine. Let's go. So, Lightshade has a very short rush distance. It's not as short as Beckett Industries, and I don't think it's even as short as Blackburn, but out of the more standardized maps, it's quite short. So Skyler going for a big all-in like this makes, oh my god, it's a 4 racks? 4 racks mass marine. I say mass marine because again, there is no gas, so it's not going to be Reapers. There we go, Marines assigned to be produced. And oh boy. We'll see if Erik can see this and scout this. Again, the problem with Erik's style is that he does rely a lot on roaches. So early on, he could fall to something like this. We'll see as the first Marine shows itself, immediately targets down that Overlord. The Overlord should be able to get on that pillar though. Should be able to escape this Marine and stay alive, just barely. But now what Erik knows, oh my god, what Erik knows is that it is not a Reaper opening. He knows that the Reaper got skipped and there was a Marine first. And his response is a very fast Roach Warren. Now how will this go? So this bunker is just for show. It's making it look like Skyler is going for a regular expansion. As the lanes come in, They see the bunker. Ooh, they do not see the natural. Could be a tell. But this early Roach Warren is going to work so well for Erik. He's going to have it for defense. He's going to have it to be aggressive across the map. We do see that Erik is droning up though. Ah, God, I'm scared. I'm worried for him. We'll see when he stops droning up. Not too much more, please. The Marines come out again. Look at this. He's so on point with denying scouting information as the Overlord goes down. The Lynx, he sees the SCVs. Erik knows. He knows 100% what is coming his way. Erik is about to be supply blocked. We do have 2 Overlords on the way. He throws down some spines. He has to be ready to evacuate and give up his natural base. Roaches are on the way. Is it going to be enough? Erik in full panic mode right now. High level scout. Skyler knows that he got scouted. Here we go. Erik, he pulls away his drones. He gives up his natural. The spines aren't done yet. Ooh, a couple of these roaches, they get caught out in the natural. The queens, everything's being pulled. We need some drones off the line. Finally, they get pulled. And is it going to be enough? One of the spines, it looks like it will go down, but the other will finish. And with this spine, it looks like it may be enough to defend. As all the SCVs go down, there are enough roaches, there are not enough Marines. Erik did have the defense. Well played. And Erik takes the series 2-0. That series wasn't as explosive as the first one, but I mean, how much more explosive can we get than going to game 4 in a best of 3? But GG, well played. Congratulations, Erik. He was the favorite moving into this. You know, he is the best Zerg player in Latin America, arguably. I say arguably, you know, there's also Cham as well, of course. Of course, I have to respect Cham. But arguably the best player in Brazil. Regardless, Erik does move on. And we have a bit of a team kill, unfortunately. Feels bad, man. We are going to be getting in to some Duckling on Duckling action, as Erik is going to be going up against Ryu.